Why doesn't she love me back? I don't know. You're probably unattractive. And how old are you? I believe 26 years old. 1994? Yeah, 26 years old. This video has been sponsored by the Asia internship program. If you're interested in traveling and studying at the same time, make sure to watch till the end of the video for more information. Good morning, fellow mathematicians! Welcome back to another video. Gosh, I love that little thing. It's a hot beverage powered Stirling engine. It's pretty cool. I'm putting it onto my coffee each and every morning. It's quite a lot of fun to watch. You can find it over on STEM merch, just like all the other merch here. You can check it out in the description, also my Teespring shop. So, as promised, in my community tab, you asked me questions. I'm going to go through all the questions one after another. Just one little thing. It's going to be more than one Q&A because I received way too many questions. Also, my story got deleted. I forgot that they are going to get deleted after a week, so I lost all the questions there. So if you posted questions in my story, then please post them down there in the comments once again, and I'm going to cover them in the next Q&A. I'm being such a stupid boy from time to time. But yeah, never mind. First Q&A part, and before we get started, another little PSA. Some of the merchandise, you can find it here, is going to be discontinued at my Teespring shop. So up until the end of the day, that's your last chance to get one of those pieces, and after that they are going to be gone. Also, after this season, I'm not going to sell my Christmas merch anymore, so if you haven't gotten already yourself like the Golden Ratio Christmas merch or something, then make sure to check it out. You can find it over at my Teespring shop, okay? Discontinuing this stuff, not gonna be there anymore. I gotta clean up my shop a tiny little bit. So now that I'm done with the PSAs, I'm going to dive into the questions, and I hope you're going to enjoy this video. I already posted a few more Q&As back in the day, so if you wanna know some other facts about me, then you can watch the Q&As. They are down there in the description and all the relevant videos. Some questions I'm not going to answer because I answered them before, and now we are going to dive right in. Q&A, Q&A. So the first question is by a person called Andrew Dodson. Never heard of this guy before, honestly, but his name sounds similar to the person who is down there at my basement. I captured the person like half a year ago, and he's still living down there in my basement, and I'm pissing in his cupped hands all the time, and he shit his pants while back gave him dust to eat. Man, this guy, so needy. He needs so much stuff. Food, water, I don't understand it. Clothes, it's ridiculous. So many demands. So Andrew Dodson is asking, why do is if you think about is shaking my head and it shows? I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest, but someone posted a very nice answer to the question. For me it depends for if be my head and because I is be like that now and right now. Okay, that was a good question. Thank you very much. Next up. Rank the following areas of mathematics from best to worst. Okay, give me a second. Analytic number theory, after that complex anal and all the other analysis stuff, with functional analysis being somewhere at the top also. After that, we are going to have some algebra and also differential stuff. And at the end, we are going to have set theory, logic, and a tiny little bit of stochastics. I don't like stochastics and probability theory, so get it out of my face. Next up, when will you free Andrew? Yeah, that's the person who lives in my basement. From the basement, also he says he needs more clothes. He accidentally shit himself in the pair you gave him. And I found some more comments down here. And Andrew Dodson said, it was no accident. Have you even heard of a power move? He tried to, get out of the basement by shitting his pants. Ah, goodness, Andrew, you're such a smart boy. So next question. Do you have any competitive exams experience, like Olympiads or something? What was it like? To be honest, nope. Never participated in any kind of mathematics Olympiad. I never knew that I liked mathematics before starting to study mathematics at university, so that's out of the question. Can't tell you anything about that. The only thing I ever participated in was the Känguru-Wettbewerb at elementary school, but that's basically it. Okay, next up. Is math related to science? Nope, mathematics is mathematics and science is science. The biggest difference for me here, at least, is that science is something that you can basically find out, you can experience it, you can find empirical things that you can try to validate with finitely many examples, you could say. But for mathematics, it's just mathematics. You start with axiomatic systems and then you go ahead and get started formalizing the process a bit more. This is why for me regular probability theory, which doesn't have anything to do with Markov chains, measure theory, etc., is not considered mathematics for me. It's not mathematics, it's empirical stuff, and I don't trust this shit. If e to the apa plus 1 is equal to 0, why doesn't she love me back? I don't know. You're probably unattractive. No, Romeo, that was just a joke. I have no idea why she doesn't love you back. Is it true that you have given Andrew a shelter to live? Yeah, he's living at my basement. I freed him from the claws of Kelly and now he's living here with me. We are like brothers pissing into each other's cupped hands. I should stop with that. That's a great freaking meme if you ask me. Is there any topic in maths, it's called maths, which you don't like as much as the others? I hate stochastics. No, I don't hate it. I just don't like it. At least not the empirical side of things. I like the measure theoretical side of things, okay, function analysis side of things, but other than that, I don't like probability theory and stochastics. Matron Chu is asking, Bapa, what's your favorite number theory result besides that 57 is a prime number? I think one of my most favorite results is actually the fact that you can turn a lot of infinite series into infinite products, which I find to be highly interesting of sorts. I don't know why that is, but it also appears with, for example, elliptic integrals. You can turn them into infinite products as well. I think that's quite an interesting fact, especially considering that we can turn them into products of primes if you turn, for example, Dirichlet functions, even if they don't have a principal character up there, so general Dirichlet functions, into Euler products, which I find to be pretty fancy, because products are sometimes way better to handle, especially when taking the reciprocal, which is kind of cool, in my opinion at least. The decrease in the number of maths YouTubers between Integral Wars and Euler game made me wonder, how's your relationship with the rest of the YouTube maths scene going? Actually, there wasn't a decrease in maths YouTubers participating. I think we even got more YouTubers on Euler game than Integra Wars. I would need to count once again, but the decrease, at least if there were a decrease, it just had to do with the fact that there was this little dilemma with Steve and also Payam, and that way also Free Blue and Brown jumped the bandwagon, okay? He didn't want to participate anymore and some people just didn't have time, for example, Physics Girl. And yeah, I don't know. In a normal case, I'm on pretty good terms with most people in the maths community here. Even Free Blue and Brown is interacting with me once again. He's a patron of mine now. He really likes my improvised sessions. Other than that, I'm on pretty good terms with everyone except for Steve. Now Hannah is scratching on her cat tree, on her little castle that she's having here. Next question is by Dylan Rickers. How much or how hard do you actually study for exams? I know a lot of people think that one needs to study 16 hours a day, 67 days a week to get top or just high marks in university and never have time to socialize, game or any other fun things, but this is not true, at least for me. Just curious what your take on it is. I invite you to watch my grade review. I talk extensively about my behavior on exams there. I'm not one to study too much for exams. This just had to do with the fact that grades really don't matter. In Germany, if you want to become a teacher, you are going to become a teacher even with the worst grades you could possibly get, as long as you pass. So never cared about grades and never really did anything for exams. Studied 1 or 2 days before the exam. There were some exceptions to it, for example abstract algebra or anal 2, but other than that, never any effort on studying for exams. I just don't care about the grades. It's just something that's not worth caring about if you ask me. Where is the Fresh Toad Walker's book? You didn't get 12k votes on my poll, so that didn't happen. Next up, quite a bunch of questions. How old are you? I believe 26 years old. 1994? Yeah, 26 years old. How tall are you? 178 centimeters. How much do you weigh? Last time I measured it was Let me think for a second. How much do I actually weigh? Last time I measured it was 6,800 newtons that I weigh. So I have a mass, okay, mass M of 68 kilograms, if I remember correctly. Will you consider going on tour after the plague? I would love to go places. And actually I got invited to Norway to university to give a speech there, but that didn't happen due to Corona. Maybe once that's over, I'm going to go to Norway, so you can meet me there. Can you say squirrel? Was that kind of okay? Squirrel, 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 squirrel. I hate that word, it's just weird to say. Why is there no grand unified theory? I don't know, because it didn't happen yet, I think. Next up, I'm just about to decide where to go at university and you inspired me a lot. The question is, if you don't mind, if I take up engineering instead. To be honest, I don't have anything against engineering, even though I created engineering clock and shit like this. And doing the memes here, it's just for the memes, honestly. Without our engineers and solid state physicists who do a lot of approximations, we wouldn't have stuff like this beautiful Arthur Sandbook Pro Duo or the levitation globe that you are going to get over at STEM Merch, for example. But yeah, I for myself think that engineers do really valuable work out there in the world. And even though they suck at mathematics most of the time, pure mathematics at least, it's just something that applies to real world things, and without them we wouldn't have a lot of stuff. So if you want to make money, do engineering. If you don't want to make money, don't want to get any pussy at all, nothing, then take up mathematics. But if you have a passion for mathematics, you should go for maths probably. What do you do when you accidentally thought a lab course would be fun and good one, not gonna happen. Labs suck balls. I hate experiments, it's the worst stuff ever. How much time do you spend making these videos? And what do you think about the way maths should be taught? Most of the time, so for my main channel it takes quite some time to plan out most videos. Most of the time I need to do like 3 to 4 takes up until I'm satisfied with a video. So overall into one video goes like 2 to 3 hours, I would say. Then there's editing, which is probably about 15 minutes to half an hour, and then uploading and putting everything on YouTube. I think like 3 to 4 hours per video is something, yeah, that I could approximately say it's going to take. Other than that, for the second channel, I'm not scripting out too much stuff there on Flammable Maths 2. It's quite easy to produce the videos there, but I have double the effort because I'm doing German and English there. So probably to put those 2 videos out simultaneously with all the description stuff takes me like 1 to 2 hours all the time. So yeah, it takes quite some time to manage everything, to be honest. And what do you think about the way maths should be taught? It shouldn't be taught the way it does now. So it's pretty dogmatized at schools. So they just tell you, yeah, do it like this, and then you are basically done. But that's not the way maths should be taught. But I also don't think that maths should be taught solely via YouTube and the sorts, because I am not having the opinion that you can learn mathematics, for example, or like any subject at all, only with online courses. This is not something that's going to happen. I don't think that YouTube is a good way to learn something, in my opinion. To be honest, sounds kinda ironic coming from a guy who teaches online, but yeah, seriously, I don't think that videos on YouTube are a good way to learn any subject at all. The best way to learn a subject is to get some information in it first about the theory and then try it out for yourself, actively doing something. Just like with Brilliant, for example, going onto the website, and it's not sponsored by Brilliant right now. I just think very highly of Brilliant, and yeah, they do a good job transferring knowledge to people by just trying out everything in an interactive learning process. And I think this is how it should work. What do you think about maths in high school? In my case, it's quite irritating because I barely did proofs, and now that I study math at university, it was quite overwhelming at first, especially during the first weeks, but I'm starting to get used to it though. Yes, like I mentioned before, the mathematics at schools suck balls because they have to teach mathematics to a wide variety of people, and most people who have a passion for some kind of subject are probably underwhelmed most of the time because they are pretty fast, with the whole subject, and then they just wait for everything to progress in some way, because some douchebag at the back of the class is just not interested in mathematics, for example, at all, and then it just takes ages to get everything to the whole class, like the whole information, and it's just terrible. I speak out of experience as being a teacher, and it's just terrible for everyone who's really passionate about the subject. Don't like that. And yeah, when you transfer to university, it's going to be hell for most people at first. If you never encountered higher mathematics or something of the sort during your free time, for example, it's going to be hell for you. You really need to get used to the whole process of studying at university and not being like pampered by your teacher anymore, who's waiting for you patiently. At university you have a lecturer, he's doing his stuff, and once he's done with his stuff, he's not going to pay attention to you just because you have problems. Try to figure out everything for yourself. It's just how university works, and I think that's the way better course of action, if you ask me. I love this, the way university teaches to people. I'm just a person who loves listening to people, and yeah, just getting the information in without saying anything and without the lecturer waiting for me. It's just something that I enjoy. Is there any topic that you hate in mathematics? Not really hating, but I don't like some parts of mathematics, like mentioned before, probability theory and stochastics. How can I be a Chad like you? By becoming a Chad like me. What was your revision schedule while you were in high school? I don't know, I dropped out of high school. That's not something that we have in Germany here, but I dropped out of school, so I never did anything for school, so that's out of the question. I'm about to appear for Maths Olympiad. Mind giving me some tips or advice? Can't really give you any tips because I never participated in those, but try watching some videos on G Advanced, for example, or other Maths Olympiad topics, because most of the time they are really similar. And Maths Olympiads, in my opinion, are absolute garbage because they encourage to learn mathematics the way you learn it at schools, basically dogmatized mathematics learning. Remember a formula, remember how to deal with this kind of equation, blah blah blah. Learn those special tricks, all 5,000 of them, and then you are done with the Maths Olympiad. And I don't think that this is the way mathematics should be transferred to people. This is just not something I like. But if you want to participate, feel free to do so. I mean, it's a cool way to learn some new tricks. And for this, watch some videos on YouTube about previous Maths Olympiads. You hate engineers, wow. I mean, they are also people, they should have equal rights. Nope, not the case. They are not people, they are engineers, they approximate. But I don't hate them, like I mentioned before. I am new, Papa, I just wanted to ask, why all the hate against Fresh Toad Walker? I'm not hating Fresh Toad Walker. I think that his videos are absolute garbage. This is my honest opinion. I do not enjoy his videos in the least bit, but I do not hate him. I just don't give a shit, and I think Fresh Toad Walker is a very nice term, and it became a very nice meme over time. So yeah. Who is your favorite mathematician of all time? I do not have that. If you can choose one, give the Flammy community a top 5. Euler! He did some cool stuff. Were you always good at mathematics, and when did you realize your passion for mathematics? I was absolute garbage at mathematics all the time, and I discovered my passion at the second semester at university when studying abstract algebra. Yeah, that's basically it. If you want to have more information, watch my previous Q&As and also my grade review. What's your favorite area of mathematics? Analytic number theory. Your views on Ababu, the god of all finite numbers. He's an absolute genius. He's an absolute prodigy among us mathematicians. No one can compete against him because numbers have an end. How did you start watching anime? Whew. No, let us talk about anime. No, I talked about anime before, but to answer your question, I started watching anime basically when I was like 4 years old, 3 years old, on RTL 2, here, our German TV. Stuff like Hamtaro, for example, or Heidi, that's also a classic one. Other than that, I started with watching anime extensively back in 2010 when I first met my stepbrother, Christian. If you're watching, Christian, hello, Franke. And he gave me some nice animes like Haruhi Suzumiya no Jutsu, for example, or some other anime that I have not watched before, like Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, like not so mainstream anime, and yeah, it just piqued my interest, and now I am at nearly 900 watched animes in total, so yeah, went quite some way in 10 years, I suppose. I'm a mathematician, but I don't want to become an anime fan and man of culture. What should I do? No, don't try to go against the will of God. Just become a man of culture. It's worth it. We got hentais over here, and also we got some fucking nice anime pillows. So become a man of culture, doesn't hurt you. P.S. I really love mathematics, it's part of my life. So quitting math is not a solution to the problem. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't stop doing mathematics. I mean, I can manage both anime pussy and also mathematics. So yeah, that works out. Favorite anime or hentai? I don't think that I have a favorite anime. There are many good anime out there, to be honest. Did you ever consider studying some other STEM subject instead of mathematics? Yeah, computer sciences. I really love computer sciences, to be honest. What made you choose maths instead of something else? I don't know, I did it completely spontaneously. I just started studying it because it sounded like fun. How can you support a stressful life of a meme boy? Seriously, how do you manage anxiety? I'm trying to get the marks for entering to a maths degree, but it's very hard and stressful. Thanks for your videos. I can relax. Love you, boy. I do not understand how anxiety works. I really don't have any idea how the concept of anxiety works. I just don't know how it feels to be anxious in some context. I mean, I know how it feels like if you are afraid of something, yeah, but I have no idea how it feels if you are anxious about something. I really have no idea. I can't give you any tips on that. Something that just comes to my mind is when I think back to Simon Clark. He was right before burnout, somewhat last year, and what he did, he tried to create himself a very structured schedule using Notion, for example. It's for free now, you can use it, not sponsored by Notion, by the way. And this is a way of organizing your lifestyle a tiny little bit, and maybe this is something that could help you out overall. I, for myself, just try to manage everything in some way, and it works. I don't know how I can make it work. Working as a teacher nearly full-time, 34 hours a week, also doing full-time YouTube on 2 channels, and also doing STEM merch and private tutoring. I don't know how I manage, but I somehow manage. And I also have a waifu here and some housework to do, so yeah, I don't know, it just works. Do you think your swearing has affected how the YouTube algorithm promotes your videos recently? I don't believe so, because I actually pretty much stopped swearing on my channel. Just had to do with a few sponsors, a few long-term sponsors, that I kind of went back on the swearing a tiny little bit. So I don't think that this is the reason for the YouTube algorithm just being an absolute asshole, but rather what Brian, for example, and some other people and sponsored noticed is after the hacking, the YouTube algorithm just didn't favor me anymore as much. Something fucked up the algorithm for me. Now I swore, for example. I did not swear for me after the hacking. I don't know why that happened, but it just happened, and it's kind of annoying if you ask me. What is physics? Plays Interstellar theme. It's garbage, obviously, says the person who also studied physics. Maybe you explain the maths behind your logo. There's not much to explain. It's a contour integral, and it's just imagine in the normal case you are going to integrate over an area of a curve, okay, like the upper bound, okay, of the sine curve, like the over part. But if you have a contour integral, you, for example, integrate over a circle. For example, you want to find out the area basically inside of the circle. This is something you could do, or you can just integrate over the arc of a circle. That's a line integral, like a closed line integral, yeah. This is how you can imagine it, for example. How is my papa so sexy and I'm not? Do I have a different dad? Thank you for answering, Papa. Yes. Actually, you are the unholy child being produced by Andrew and my dog Akiro down there in the basement. I'm terribly sorry, Thomas. Oh goodness. What's the biggest problem or area of mathematics that you would like to learn more about? And what would bring the most benefit to someone who is advanced undergraduate engineering level of mathematics? Oh, I really can't answer that question. I have no idea. I'm actually not too familiar with most open problems in mathematics. I mean, there are uncountably infinite many problems that are probably unsolvable in mathematics at the moment, but I'm not familiar with most of them. But if I could decide, it would probably be some number theory problem that I would be interested in. And I don't know how anything of that sort could benefit engineering in some way. I don't know. Is statistics mathematics, yes or no? Formal statistics is mathematics because you actually work with, for example, infinitely many things. You get it as information. But like school statistics, discrete statistics, not my cup of tea. I don't think that, just like with regular probability theory, which is very empirical, it's not mathematics, it's science, all right? My boy Felix is asking, which other YouTube channels do you watch that aren't related to mathematics or science? We all know you wanted to study Japanology at some point. Do you have a general interest in some of the human sciences, or is it only because you're a big weeb? Second question, just because I'm a big weeb and I am Japan. And the first question, I watch quite a bunch of YouTubers, and actually I'm not too interested in mathematics or science YouTubers. I'm not really subscribed to many mathematics YouTubers, I believe. What are there? I don't watch much mathematics or science on YouTube. Is there even one I'm subscribed to? Yeah, I'm subscribed to Andrew Dodson, obviously. Also, I'm subscribed to my boy John and Sexstar, and also to Johann Soto Fuchs, just because they are buddies of mine and I want to support them. But other than that, I'm not subscribed to any mathematics related channels at all. Other than that, I'm watching Pyrocynical. Most favorite YouTuber ever, doing such a great freaking job. Have been subscribed to him since he had like, I don't know, 10k subs or something. Has been quite a while ago actually. And I'm subscribed to YouTubers like Small N, for example. He's doing a great job. There are 1 or 2 Minecraft YouTubers that I just listen to while studying, for example, or just scripting out videos. So I don't really watch those videos, but I listen to their voices because they are kind of soothing, I would say. Other than that, oh, I'm subscribed to Let's Game It Out. Found him recently in my recommendations, and I gotta admit, he's doing such a fantastic job. I haven't laughed tears in ages, but this guy, for fuck's sake, this guy is such a funny bastard. Subscribe to Let's Game It Out, seriously. You are not going to regret it the least bit. Oh, holy fuck. Did you have a good social life back in grade school? Do you mean at university? Yeah. I knew like half the university. I don't know why. I'm just a person to actively speak to many people. And I knew so many people sitting there in the canteen each and every day and being surrounded by so many people, little math boys and other people. I don't know, I'm just someone to really attract people. So I don't know why that is, but yeah, many people just like being, I don't know, in my vicinity in some way. Maybe I'm a funny guy or something, I don't know, or maybe I'm just charismatic. I have no idea. But yeah, I had quite a good social life. Can't complain, to be honest. If Papa Flammy is a papa, where are all his maths kids? Baby Flammies should spread like wildfire. Lel? I don't know where they are. Judo ball? Judo ball. I have no idea. Dear Papa Flammy, if you could do one collab with anybody on YouTube, who would you choose and why? Pyrocynical. I wanna collab with Pyrocynical. I don't know why, I just love this guy and he's just an amazing fella. Would love to collaborate with him. Can you explain Weinstein's geometric unity? Never heard of this, I'm terribly sorry Olivier, is it Olivier? I suppose. Does doing higher level mathematics bring less views? I want more high level stuff, less simple shit. Yes, sadly it does. I would love to post way more higher mathematics, but if you watch my higher mathematics stuff, you're going to notice that there's really an abundance of views going on there. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but higher mathematics, like mentioned before, doesn't get you pussy. It's sad, but it is what it is. Why did you choose to study mathematics spontaneously? Watch my grade review, etc. By the way, love your channel. Greetings from AT. Whatever the heck AT is. Greetings back from Germany, and thank you for loving my channel. What's an integral? It's a measure, basically, under a curve, you could say. Could you consider doing a series on abstract algebra? Yeah, I plan on doing so, and I want to do it in a different style with green screen at the back, kind of Socratica style, you could say. Yeah, that's what I plan on doing at some point, but I still got some other stuff to do at first. I'm terribly sorry. When is the book coming out that you told us about from your notes? That was just a wild idea. Many people actually said that they would be cool with that, but I don't know. I'm too lazy to write stuff out, I suppose. Also, I'm kind of afraid that the reviews or like the criticism is going to be something of the sort, hey, you just put standard results into the book. Yeah, most of the mathematics that I do has already been discovered in some way. And this is what I'm kind of afraid of, like doing a huge copyright infringement, even though you can't really do this with mathematics. But I hope you get the point what I'm going at here. Maths or physics, mathematics, obviously. Where do you see your channel in 10 years from now? What do you hope to accomplish with it? 10 years from now, I don't know. I suppose, hello Vivek, by the way. I do suppose that the channel is going to cap in terms of subscribers at about, I don't know, 600 to 700k subscribers at some point. I don't think that I can go any higher than that. It just has to do with the fact that I like to do higher mathematics, and most people are just not interested in that. So looking for people who are interested in mathematics is the one thing. Not too many people on earth or watching YouTube who are interested in that. But even worse is higher mathematics. There are even less people interested in that. Most of my subscribers came from the skits, etc. But yeah, I think it's going to cap at some point, okay, like 600 to 700k subscribers. I don't think that I could ever reach the level of, for example, Blackpen Redpen at some point, who's doing mainstream mathematics basically, or like, what's the guy called, Patrick TMT or Free Blue and Brown. I'm just not doing mainstream mathematics most of the time. And it's just not going to attract as many people. It's just is what it is. And what do I want to accomplish? I actually want to spend a lot of money on charity stuff in the near future. So once my channel reaches a certain point and I actually make quite some money with it at some point, I would like to give away money to charity, do some more community events like Math Vengers and the like. And yeah, I would just like to do some good things with what I accomplish here or what I receive here. Yeah, thank you for the question. What is that equal sign with the V on top? You mean the equal sign where I put like this thing on top with like k being equal to 0? This just means that I'm applying some kind of value to something, or like putting just a little note up there. It just signalizes that I'm doing something in this step here. That's basically it. Last 3 questions for now. What job opportunities are there with an education in pure mathematics? Actually, I think you should go, if you have a real passion for mathematics, then you should do your PhD. If you're not in there for the money, but for the passion, you should go for a PhD and maybe also a professor title. But if you really want to earn money, you should go into economics. I'm terribly sorry. In some way. I think this is something that you should do. Go into the freie Wirtschaft and just try to make money at a bank or something, or become like an accountant in some way. You're going to make a lot of money with that, I suppose. Papa Flammy, how do you approach topics which you have not familiarity with? For example, complex anal contour integration. Actually, A good source for the first basic information that you can always get is Wikipedia. This is where I start off most of the time, getting some results from Wikipedia, and then I dig my way through mathematics, Stack Exchange sometimes, but also a few books, like PDF files from books, and then I just start trying around a little bit, and this is how it happens most of the time. And then I compare my results with the standard results that you find online, for example, or like in the Wolfram documentation of a certain integral identity or whatever. Yeah, this is how I approach most topics, and it works quite well most of the time. Last but not least, where are the roots of the analytic continuation of the zeta function? Way too trivial for this channel. It's not on par with the difficulty of problems that we cover here on this channel normally. Totally not an open problem mathematics. I'm leaving this as an exercise to the viewer. Just a little hint, real part is going to be 1/2. Calculated numerical approximations are totally enough. Just check the first 1 million inputs and you should be fine. I hope you did enjoy what you have seen today. And do not be sad if I didn't cover your question yet, because good thing is, next Q&A is going to come out quite soon. The Advent calendar here on this channel, as with every year, okay, up until now, is going to be right around the corner starting 1st of December, and there's going to be next Q&A video covering the next batch of questions. So yeah, that's going to be quite fun. So if I didn't cover your question yet, don't be sad, it's going to be covered pretty soon. Other than that, I would like to thank today's sponsor, the Asia internship program, for sponsoring the first video here in this channel, and you should get used to them because they are actually going to be a long-term sponsor of this channel from now on, and I'm actually quite excited to be sponsored by them. Even though we have quite a difficult situation with Rona-chan being around at the moment, I would still like to introduce the Asia internship program to you, AIP for short. As the name would suggest, AIP is going to offer you internships all around the world, not only Asia. Even though they have Asia internship program in their name, they actually offer you internships all around the world. Be it Germany, Taiwan, Australia, Japan, wherever you want to go, wherever you want to work in a company, do your internship, they offer you the best possible experience. One of their strongest points is probably that you can get a customized internship based on your requirements. Meaning you can not only choose between 14 different destinations all around the world, for example Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Australia and Italy, you can also work in 24 different internship industries, as well as get yourself a personalized package you can choose out of 3 packages overall. Your 3 choices lie in the placement package, the standard package and also the signature package. Like the name would suggest, they are going to give you 3 completely different possibilities of spending your time at the destination of your choice. If you want to get more information about the packages, I invite you to check out my link at the top of the description. There you can take a look at the prices as well as what the packages are going to deliver exactly. If you decide to do an internship, but you don't want to travel around currently because, you know, Rona-chan is out there, then they also offer you the possibility of doing a remote internship, such that you can do your internship at home rather than on-ground programs. And if you're not convinced yet, then listen to those stats. AIP has a 7-year in-depth experience in the market for doing internships. More than 1,000 successful placements with a 96% placement rate have been done by AIP already. And the craziest thing in my opinion is that more than 80% of the applicants receive a full-time offer within the end of the internship, and 90% of these find a full-time job within the first 3 months of their internship already, which is pretty amazing if you ask me. So if you're interested in studying and also working abroad, make sure to check out the link at the top of the description. With it you are going to be redirected to the AIP website and you can see what the packages are going to offer. Try it out and support the channel this way. And now I'm going to end the video. I thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please like, subscribe, and recommend the channel. If you want to support the channel a bit more, buy those things I create, okay, as well as t-shirts. And up until the next video, I wish you guys a flammable day. Ciao, love you guys, appreciate it, ciao.